I assume everyone knows what spoilers are. Just in case, though, spoilers are details that give away or lessen any surprises in a film. The perfect example of a spoiler would be telling you who the murderer was in a whodunit. As the whole point of watching is trying to figure out that on your own, the film is ruined for you. Now, having talked about spoilers, I remember Kukla, Fran, and Ollie.
Yes, by gum.
And yes, by golly.
Kukla, Fran. And dear old Ollie.
Not their show, just them. By my time, their show was long gone, but the characters were still around. And then, of course, Kukla, Fran, and Ollie hosted a weekly show for CBS. Well, not really a show. It was the CBS Children's Film Festival. They'd collect films from around the world and every week showcase one of them, with Kukla, Fran, and Ollie hosting. I remember Skinny and Fatty from Japan. The Goalkeeper Lives on Our Street, from what is now the Czech Republic. The Magnificent Six and a Half, a British series. And The Red Balloon, a French classic that never needed dubbing because it had no dialogue. All of these were great films, all of them family-friendly, and all of them wonderfully educational for kids, opening them up to foreign cultures. Any of these films would be perfect for a review here, which is sad if you think of it, because I'm not going to be talking about any of them. No, instead I'm going to be talking about Hand and Hand, a film that left me traumatized as a child and angry as an adult.
Now look, Michael, you're a big boy now. 7 and a half, aren't you? Well, now stop behaving like a baby and tell me what's the matter. Have you done anything wrong? What is it? Now, you know you can tell me anything, don't you? Well?
I killed her, Rachel. I killed her.
Now, Hand in Hand wasn't just featured on the CBS Children's Film Festival, the one with Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, but it was often touted as the best or more memorable of all the films shown. There was one scene, and I remember how much I was blown away by this. The boy, being Christian, had just learned the traditional Christian story of how Jesus was condemned to death by the Jews. So when he sees his friend, who is Jewish of course, my sister, my older sister, blurts out, "Why did you kill Christ?" And with that, the boy speaks and says,
Why did you kill Christ?
And no, my sister wasn't condemning anyone. She was anticipating what the boy would say next. And I was so young and stupid at the time and so impressed by my sister's insight that I still remember it till this day.
Was that magic you did? What? Before you went in? Oh, that's the sign of the cross. We're Catholic. Oh, we're Jewish. We got a Jewish boy in our class.
Now there's a bizarre twist here. See, the producers chose to cast the Christian boy and his family as Catholic, despite the fact that Catholics were themselves distinct minorities in the UK and often subject to open discrimination. I mean, sure. Today, nearly everyone in Britain calls November 5th Guy Fawkes Day instead of Pope's Day, and in all but a few places they will deny that it's effigies of the Pope that they're burning, insisting that it's just some generic man in a funny hat. But even with these supposedly enlightened views, today under British law, if any member of the royal family converts to Catholicism, they are immediately removed from the line of succession. But that's today, and as surprisingly unenlightened as the British may be by American standards, Hand in Hand was made some 50 years ago, when both countries were a great deal less open-minded. And here, they were casting a discriminated against minority, the Catholics, as the bad guys. So if you think about it, what they were doing is fanning the flames of bigotry in a film that purports to be a statement against bigotry. Using an anti-bigotry statement to mask bigotry? That's actually pretty evil. And yes, I was raised in a Catholic family myself, but this isn't why I said the film left me traumatized. At the ripe old age of 8, I certainly had no idea what the social-religious norms of the UK were, and wouldn't have understood it at all if you had explained it to me. So that's not why I found it so traumatic. I'd tell you what was traumatic, but I can't. Not without giving away too much about the film. Not without spoilers. Remember them? And as disgraceful as British culture may have been, this is still a great film, and it accurately reflects attitudes of the period. We can't hide from the past. And yes, I can genuinely recommend this film despite its bigotry. Hey, we salute the battleship Potemkin, even though it's communist propaganda, and Birth of a Nation with all its overt racism, all because of their impact or influence as film. So why not add Hand in Hand? At the very least, it will be a learning experience.
Now let's get along home, eh?
Just a sec. You can keep him if you like. I can? For how long? For good. Oh, Michael.
Good night, Mag.